Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
So we will start with the first of all. Bank related transactions, okay. Okay. So when we go to the under the transaction bank, we will get a number of transactions here. So the first one is write check. Yeah. So write check is used basically for effort direct payment from the bank. Okay. Like there will be a note of like first we book a something under some payable account. Okay, then pay. And write check. Direct entry is used like it will. One accounting effective from the into the bank GL, but that can be any expense G or any other chart of account GL. And normally the normal use case is for paying the employees the advance, or yeah, we can also use to direct payment to employees or vendors if we are not using the accounts payable. Okay. So let me pick an employee here. We will enter. Here both will come. Employee will also come or vendor name will also come. Okay. So I selected this Roger Brown. So and so. So you're just writing the check, right? That's all. Like you're just writing the check to a vendor or an employee. Yeah. 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 Yes, yes. Which we can use. Let's say something of the advanced little one. There is no text available in this transaction. So generally, the most common use case for this transaction is like that, only that if we are about to pay some advance to the vendor or employee, we can use that transaction. Okay, we have some petty gas expenses also. Okay, I don't know if it is being used there also too, but in India, like most of the organizations do some small expenses like something like 2000 Indian rupees or 3000. So you mean petty gas expenses? Yes, petty gas expenses which like generally which don't have any tax input and other things. Okay, yeah, like any refreshment for client meetings or anything. So these transactions are used for that. Okay, yeah, so the GL impact will be the direct expense to bank. Okay, so it's directed bank and we just get the name tag with the in the bank GL. Otherwise, there is no use of taking the name. Oh, okay. When we take the dump of this particular GL account, so we will have to know, okay, yes, this 2000 rupees is paid against this particular name. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so let me enter one more entry related to write check. Okay, before that, I have to create one GL account. Advanced payment, advanced payment, payment, advanced payment, advanced payment. Advanced payment, advanced payment. Now we have paid the advance to this employee, Rosa Braun. Okay, now let's say the employee submitted expenses for the reimbursement against the advance. So how are we going to settle that? So we will go to transactions, we will go to employee, then enter expense report. Enter expense report, okay. The general buy now. So this expense, what we use, we will enter again the category of the expense we have, like I am going as expensive amount. Let us say car rental. This category is like the item also item only. But what we will do, we will create a name category. So this is the expense. 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 So this is expense. So this is the 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 expense. And we can select and we can make a payment. Can we create a bank account? Like we don't need to create like an opening balance or anything for the bank, right? No, we can create, but that should allow the negative balance. Okay, it does. That does allow the negative balance. Okay. So anyway, we are doing testing, so we can do. But in ideal scenario, until you have the OD facility, overdraft facility bank does not allow the negative balances. Right. But there is no use case of that in the United States. You create a GL, and even if the balance is 0, you can test with the multi-M transactions. So the expense report is going to use for the employee reimbursements. Okay. So we will move towards the next transactions. We will go back to the bank. So I think make deposit we have covered in the earlier sessions. Okay. Now we will check the transfer funds. So transfer fund is nothing, just entry between to use to transfer the fund from one bank to other bank in the same subsidiary. Within the same subsidiary. Yeah. Yes, from the same subsidiary. It's not like that. You can transfer to the other subsidiaries. Because that is going to be an intercom transaction. So for same subsidiary you have to use, only this transaction can be used. Okay. So now we will check the balance. Okay, 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 okay. So this is the same transaction. Okay, okay. So what I am doing? That sounds like you have a new transaction credit card. Okay, so in while creating the TL. Okay, there is another type also, which is the credit card type. Okay, so you go to list account new. So under the type you can see there is one credit card type also. So once is there any credit card used in the business transactions, we can have the credit card transactions also. So that's a credit card of the subsidiary, right? Like the corporate credit card. Yes, yes, credit card, yes. Okay. So we can select the vendor here. Okay, so there are two types of options available there in credit card. Okay, one is charge and one is credit. Okay, so charge is basically when we are booking some expenses against the credit card. And Like the expenses we do from the card, and credit is something when we want to pay against we want to make the payment for that credit card. So what is charge? I'm sorry. The charge is to record a purchase. Okay, charge is to record a purchase basically. And credit to record a credit to your account. Okay. Yeah. So I will change the options also. Let's say so now I'm selecting credit, but when I go back to charge, so I will use purchase here. Okay, so let me select a vendor here. Okay. So I'm going to select a vendor here. So I'm going to select a vendor here. So I'm going to select a vendor here. Okay, so I'm going to select a vendor here. So I'm going to select a vendor here. Okay, now okay. So now I'm going to select a vendor here. So this particular task section is been posting to the credit card account owner. Okay, we can check the min control sum. Yeah, let's switch to predictor. Yes, now we will enter one created transaction. New account. Person again. Now the $50 we have as we carry it in our account. So you can understand this as a chargeback. Okay, we spent something from credit card, but again, let's say it got declined. So when we receive the charge back against this transaction, so we can use the credit option, okay. So next transaction is bank. So this reconciled bank statement, this option is still available, but it is being like discontinued by the next. Okay, so for bank, so yeah, I appreciate it. So for the new bank consideration feature is the match bank data page. Okay, we will go to bank and we will go to the match bank. That now you. So in this particular page, what happens? Bank account here. So once you select the bank account, we get the transaction and NetSuite and transactions are entered in that suite here. Okay, And then here we have to upload our bank CSV file. Okay, basically bank statement. Yeah, so that it compares, yes, but the problem is with this particular transaction is okay. We can't directly upload the bank certain because the format of the bank statement might be different. Okay, but and we have to upload this 6, basically 6 months of only, and that's will have the reconciliation rules. Okay, there are some rules here. So yeah, this rule will be run on this particular 6 days. Okay. So we have to prepare a loader. Okay. And we have problems. So there's no much time to create the particular uploader. We can see after, like in the upcoming sessions. Yeah. So just give you a little brief about how it's done. So there is some reconciliation rules here. M transaction. Reconciliation. So these are the standard rule and it will run on this same like line wise also. So 1, 2, 2, 3. So first is match your transaction number and amount. So what will happen once you upload? And that's what will automatically match the transaction. So it will match on the transaction number. Okay. And the amount. Okay. But again, issue will be we have the transaction number in this. Yes. So how do we get the transaction number in the bank data? Yeah. So let's say we try to get the bank. We have to manually update the transaction number. So it will be a very like a longer exercise, right? Okay. So next is match on amount and transaction number without prefixes and leading zeros. So is this then what? So in the previous one, the first matching is on the basis of transaction number and amount. Yeah, okay. And in the second rule, the first matching will be on the amount, okay. And then transaction number will be match, which will be without any prefixes or zeros. So it's in that order, first the amount, then the transaction number, right? Yes, okay. And the third is match on amount when date is within 90 previous days. So amount can be similar. Okay, it can be similar amount. For example, for 10,000 users, say there can be 50 transactions Okay, so it will try to match if the date is within the 90 previous days. Okay, yeah, and you can create your own new rule and you can set the priority. Okay, you can set your own rules. Yes, we can create the rule and we can set the priority. Okay, yeah. So this is a how like this reconciliation is we do here. And one more thing is, let's say we don't want to import the bank statement and check the rules. Okay, we just have the bank statement copy with us and Okay, so clear account transaction without matching. Okay, we will click on that button. So transaction got cleared. Okay, here it got cleared. Then what we do? We can go to bank and we can go to reconcile account statement. Yeah, we will select this USC account. So it has been directly reconciled. So when I click on the clear button, you reconcile. But when we match the data, from the match back under transaction after that particular transaction. We have to come here, reconcile account statement, and then we will get all our matches transaction here, and then we have to reconcile that. Okay, but in that case I have directly cleared all the I have directly reconciled the transactions from that page only. Okay, yeah. Any other section here? So these are the normal transaction used in the bank. Okay, for the bank options. Okay. Oh. Let me check out. So, employees, we have seen the entire expense report. Yeah. You then. Now we will go to financial and we will check this. Make general entry option here. So general entities, the direct jail entry. We can add any entry related to. To jail accounts in this. Okay. It can be anything like from advertising. U for commoditization. So basically we have to do any adjustment or any jail entry. So we will do from the general entry. Okay. You went to transactions and general entry, right? No, sorry, you went to transactions and journal entry and financial transactions. Financial make general. Also, you can see there is a name option here. So, yeah, what is the need for entering the name? Okay, we can take any name here like customer name and the name, project name, or even the employee name also okay. With the GL, okay. And if we map the name with the accounts, table GL or before the accounts is a civil GL. So okay, so that this particular journal entry will reflect in the vendor statement also okay. Okay, let's say for example, we are doing some adjustment in the vendor account. Okay, we have some minor balance which we want to write off. Yeah, so we want to write off from the vendor account. So we will enter a GL and general entry and the accounts table. Account. With the accounts table account, we have to map the name. Also, if we don't map the name, it will not reflect in that particular vendor account. Okay, yeah, with the accounts table. Account is a well, we can enter the name, we can tag the name also. This is our general entry and what setup budgets. Yeah, so setup budget is C when we want to create the budget for the organization. Okay, we can set up the budget also, and budget can be subsidiary wise, year wise, even the category wise. We can have the budget category also. Okay. And we can set up the budget for department also. Okay, so what will happen? Like, let's say we set up a budget. Let me do one entry now. Let's go to your local currency budget. And I'm setting up the budget for the human resources. Okay, we can select the expense also. Okay, yeah, we can select the account type. So I am setting the budget for the, let's say for the health insurance. They will spend 50 Canadian dollar. Okay, and so for complete 12 years. Okay, we can. Yes, it's got like all the 12 months. Yes, we can do so as of now. We are like setting up for the 4 months, and so we can use the GS to set up the buzzer. So what will happen when I post save this? Okay, yeah, now. Then there will be any actual transaction in that particular year. Yeah, we help. It's orange deal, so there will be a report related to budget. Okay. So reports will be budget versus actual. Okay, so when I will go to budget versus actual report. Yeah, let me change this. Subsidiary and the cash. So I am getting the amount. Yes, yeah, I think it was the same one, right? The advertised 300. Yes, this is the actual amount. Okay, which we done in the previous. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is the actual amount. This is our budget amount budget we get here. Yeah. Okay, so budget versus actual. So that's where the budget amount. Yeah. So it will take all these years whether you created a budget or not. Okay. So this is my budget there. Let me check financial. Okay, we have some intercom. We have separate section for intercom. The generous and general entries also. Okay. We will pick up the amortization topic in the next meeting. Okay, and let's see the options available under the management. Okay, so what is this? Enter memorized transactions. So memory transaction is used for the transaction. For example, we know that we pay a certain amount each month to a vendor, a fixed amount. Okay, instead of entering that particular transaction, each one we can set up the memorized transaction. Yeah, so what happened is, we can create a recurring that each one on this state this and they will pass. Yeah, so how we will set up that? Let me check this setup first. What's up, you? And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.